Hello and welcome to Silverrun Forest. This is episode 3. We kick off by having a quick look through our productions to see how they are doing and who needs what. So floor tiles look alright. Wood turner, he's still got plenty of wood, although the wood does seem to take a long time to process, but we might have to put planks in there eventually. Alright, old sawmill, that can do with a little bit more. And iron furnace, still plenty in there. Right, quick squiz at the weather forecast. So if you can see, December, January, February, all looking like snow. So we'll have to start thinking about moving down from the mountains, maybe finding somewhere a little bit in the lowlands to make working easier and access to wood easier. But we'll go through that in the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, let's cut down some more trees, get some wood up to the old sawmill. We're going to have to keep feeding that thing. It goes through the wood so quickly, and of course it makes us plenty of money, and is building is producing most of the stuff for the roller coaster, and that's all going pretty well at this particular point in time. Right, a little bit hilly here. We'll get up there and have a look and see what happens. Right, this tree's being a little bit difficult. Oh no, there we go. Oh, blooming hell! What are we gonna do now? Sitting on the side. Oh, can we wriggle it? I'm alright, no broken bones. Let's see if we can get out of this thing. Don't want to lose that log. Most people would just say drop the log and see what you're going to do. But oh no, I don't want to lose my log. There we go. Let's see if we can cut it up while we're on our side. Yeah. So let's get the work done first, and then we'll worry about getting upright. Oh, fantastic. Oh. Right. It's a good tree as well. It's probably worth being on the side. What I've decided to do is, if a vehicle rolls or it's involved in some sort of major accident, I'm going to be doing a penalty at the end of the day or month that it's in, by putting some deductibles down. So if it's a major implement like this, we'll have to put $2,000, so two $1,000 all can deductions. We'll build a little table up somewhere around the place. I'll sort it out things today, and then that goes off at midnight. And that's just to simulate the costs that would be involved in a accident. I'm not talking about just little fender benders where you bump into something, but if you get hit by a really fast car and it sends you flying, or something along those lines, then yeah, we'll pay for the repairs in that way. Talk a little bit more about it later on. Right, let's get this all loaded up, get it up to the old sawmill, go and offload it, keep that topped up and working. Right, it's all loaded, strap it in. It's a little bit sticking out on the side, I'm not going to worry too much about that now, and we'll see you up at the sawmill. Right, we're just about coming into the sawmill now. I do like this facility. I'm so glad that I invested in it, even if it does mean that we are paying interest on a bank loan every month. I think it's about $1,500. We'll have to start repaying it maybe once the roller coaster's done and we've got our first ship out, and at this point in time we'll just keep it running. It's probably be a little bit more scope in the loan if we do need it for an emergency, but I don't foresee that at this point in time. We seem to be generating a reasonable amount every day, mainly through the sawmill, of course, and the prefabricated walls. They are pretty good, and of course when we deliver to the roller coaster we do get paid for that, so yeah, can't complain too much. Let's just get this offloaded. There we go, it's starting to offload. Just do that on a little bit of a time lapse again. Run up there and have a look and see what we have in store. So we've got quite a bit there. Right, that's all that done. We'll get this back down to the work area, and then we'll head into town and go and see who needs what, and then we'll be back here to deliver yesterday's production. Right. Oh, I was going to take this back to the farm, but I think what I'll do is I'll just drop it off in town. I'm going to sell the close-sided trailer and buy a low loader that I can load things onto as well, because I think in the near future we're going to have to move the harvester back down to some sort of flatter, low-lying area. I'm a bit worried about the snow that might come in and not being able to produce trees up in the hills, being very difficult. But more about that in the next couple of months. Right, so we don't need a lot. We need staircase railings for the roller coaster. In the meantime, let's go and have a look and see what's. Yeah, so I'm going to buy the new trailer that expands, just so that I have options if I want to do containers at some later point. I know this expands very nicely for the 20-foot containers. Well, I'm not sure I'll use 20-foot containers. I think 9-meter containers and 9-meter cuts seem to be the sweet spot in terms of money generated by the trees. So, but in any case, I've got the options. So, and the trailer does look really nice. So we'll get that. Right, let's get it hitched up, and then we'll mosey on up to the sawmill and go and start loading up. So it looks like wood beams and long planks is what's needed. So we'll load those up and then we'll go and deliver them to the required spot as such. We'll sell the prefabricated walls, get a bit of money in from that. We don't need them right now, and we are producing about 2 pallets every day just through normal production, so if we do need that, it should be quite fine. Right, we'll just load this all up on a time lapse, and we'll see you once it's done. Right, that's that done. All strapped up. We'll get that all strapped up and we'll head off into town. Go and make some deliveries, as they say. Put a couple of more straps on. It's pretty easy going, that load. Not too many problems. Seem to be getting a lot more proficient with loading with the front end loader, or the forklift in this case. Right, let's get going and we'll see you once we get into town. Right, so here we are in town. Go and make some deliveries to the roller coaster. I didn't think it needed much, but it's probably going to take a lot of this load. At least we should get some money for it. Sitting at 120,000 now. Yeah, so let's get that going. Right, it's 40,000 for that. Yeah, so we've got enough wood beams, planks long, 1,000. We've got enough planks long, wood beams, planks we've got plenty of. So we do need a couple more wood beams, I think. Any case, so planks long we've got plenty of there, so we'll keep this, and I think what we'll do now is we'll head on down to the 160,000. We'll head on down to the boatyard, and I think we'll buy it, because one of the requirements for the end game of this series is that we need to produce at least 5 boats. So the quicker we get started, the better. So we'll go and purchase that. Of course, the only drawback of buying that is that we don't get any money when we make the deliveries, because we own the facility. But hopefully, I mean, I don't know how much the boats sell for, but it's going to take quite a bit of resources, so hopefully it'll be worthwhile. We can't change the end parameters, but hopefully it is profitable. So we do have plenty of metal in there, so that's fine. It looks like we could have delivered, because the metal's still sitting there waiting. Maybe we should have made all the deliveries first and then bought, because that's the way we would have been paid. That could be a strategic error. In any case, it's done. Can't do anything about that now. But then, of course, we'd have to wait for the whole production process to go through. So, at least this way, and I think this is kind of the way it would be intended. If we're going to get paid for the end product, we shouldn't really be getting paid for the inputs. I mean, the roller coaster we don't own, so I heard mentioned somewhere that we'll get some sort of income from it, but yeah, I don't know. So I'm not too perturbed that we get money from deliveries to the roller coaster, because we don't really own it. I think it's owned by the town as such, but we own this. It's only right that we don't get paid for the inputs, provided, of course, the boat sells for a decent amount of money. If it doesn't, then we made a really, really bad mistake. But we'll only know that after it's been built and launched. That's the little ways off. Right, so we'll now head off up to the store, or to the wood the wood sale place where we got the in-game Manitou that we can use, and we'll use that as our delivery vehicle for town deliveries. Get that back up to the wood turning shop and go and pick up hopefully some stair railings. Also make some deliveries for the of the bowls and the pepper grinders. Yeah, as I mentioned in passing earlier on, the production is really slow because I've got wood in here, so it needs to process the wood first and then the product. So going forward, I think I will be putting in some I'll check it up. I don't know whether it's long planks or just normal planks, whichever, just to speed up the production, because at this stage it looks like the staircase railings are the product that's holding things up. Floor tiles to a certain extent, but not as much as that. Just seems to be as slow as this production. But we'll look at that in the next couple of episodes and refine that. Right now we only need possibly 2 pallets of the stair railings to get through the first stage of the roller coaster. And that's well on its way now. Right, we'll just double these up and we'll deliver it to the same place wherever we think, well, wherever it looks like the best price will be for both of them. We'll check that up once I've got this loaded up here. Yeah, overall I'm really loving this map. Not just for the way it looks, but I'm really enjoying doing the sort of production side and just the forestry side, and basically it ends up being a more, well, a largely production game, really. So really, I mean, obviously forestry as well, but I think we'll find that we're spending a lot of time in production and getting stock to the right places. So supply chain is what you call it, I think. This is really a supply chain operation. But then I suppose most businesses are. I suppose farming is a supply chain business, really. In event, going off at a tangent again. Let's see how much we get for this. Just under £6,000. It's alright. It's not too bad. We are playing on normal mode, so I know the easy mode is probably about double that, but I personally prefer to play on normal mode. If you look at my in the Park series that has just started a couple of episodes ago, I think in about our 6th or 7th episode there, we have I have a daily draw that changes the parameters daily, but basically you have some sort of daily effect, but on the month, every March, so every springtime, we do a draw for the changing of the seasons. Basically what that means is that we change the economic conditions. It's not really changing seasons. The seasons do change. I do have a little bit of extra weather in there, but we won't get into too much depth of that. But basically what happens is we do a draw in March every year, and it's entirely possible that the economic conditions will change. They'll be varied between the 3 modes. I might institute that a little bit later in this, just to add a little bit of spice if I'm finding it too easy on normal mode. I mean, that just gives a bit of randomness. So 1 month you could be playing them easy, but 1 year you could be playing them easy, March to March, and then the next year you could be playing on hard, and that just it's kind of trying to emulate the changing economic conditions that we're living in real life. Right, so we just got about this what are they called again? Staircase railings. We'll deliver those in. I think we're probably still going to need another pallet of these. Let's deliver it and we'll have a quick look. Staircase railing, so we've got just 1,000 in stock and we need 2,015. Yeah, so it's going to be another load plus a little bit. That 15. That was very clever of the game makers to just add that little 15 in, so you have to deliver 3 instead of just 2 on the dot. Yeah, no problem with that really. Right, so we've got some floor tiles. Take those up there, and I think some of them will have to go into the roller coaster, and we can take the rest to the shipbuilding yard. Yes, I think we've got a lot of the basic raw material delivered to the roller coaster. So tomorrow, whatever's produced up the sawmill, I think the bulk of it we can put into the shipyard and get that going a bit quicker. Right, hope there's no cars coming, and we'll just nip this on down to roller coaster. How many do we need? 4 tiles. I only need 200, so we've got to put a pallet in. Maybe it won't take a whole pallet, I don't know. We'll have a look. No, that's yeah, floor tiles. Floor tiles, that's right. These are floor tiles. Let's see how much. Let's see if it takes the whole lot. If it does, then we know these floor tiles are going to be in the next production as well. Yeah, so we're gonna need more floor tiles for here for the next stage as well, I think. Obviously, I'm thinking that if it doesn't need any more than that, then it doesn't take it. So I don't think it's going to need any more metal, because it stopped taking the metal when we delivered yesterday. So I'm thinking that there might not be any more metal needed here, but certainly will be more floor tiles, and we seem to have a little bit of a stockpile going on long planks going as well. So we'll have to be careful what we deliver, so that we don't just deliver everything here and then we don't have anything to put into the shipyard. And likewise, I suppose, with the shipyard, so we'll have to just keep an eye on that just before we deliver, and deliver what we kind of need, especially to the shipyard, because it'd be pointless putting in too much and not getting paid when we could take it to the roller coaster or somewhere else and get some money, as long as we're still producing more product up at the old sawmill, not stormill, sawmill. Right, so that'll take all of that. We need quite a few, over 5,000. So we'll have to bring some more up tomorrow as well, tomorrow's production. Right, let's have a quick squiz. And off we go. Let's have a quick look inside, and as you can see, the boat is starting to take shape. We've got the spine in already, and we'll have a quick look every day and just see how it progresses. Let's have a look and see. Park this up. Yeah, so I'm going to be using that for doing sort of local deliveries, especially if I need to move 2 or 3 pallet loads. I can just do it all on one instead of taking the lorry, going loading up everywhere and then unloading again. Oh, just on the way back I found another collectible. That's nice. 350 grand. That helps. So we're up to 97 now. Right, back at the old sawmill. And I'm going to load a train, I think. Well, I have loaded a train. So I put all the prefabricated walls on, and I'm going to take those down to Elm Creek. I suppose I could have reversed in, but I just felt like driving the train. So there are the prefabricated walls. We'll pop those to Elm Creek. Really enjoying this nice little drive through the scenery. Yeah, it was pretty easy to load those. Pretty straightforward. Let's see how much we get for these. I think we'll probably do a daily delivery of these to Elm Creek. I know we could sit and wait for good prices, but right now I'm more worried about cash flow. Whoop, through the iron bridge. Fantastic. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous map. Look, driver's view. And we should just about be there. Can't be very far away. There's the tunnel. There we go. Right, so hit the A button. And yeah, just over 40,000. Cannot complain. So we'll take these down to the... I'm not quite sure we'll put these in. We'll see when we get down there. Might go into the flooring factory. Or maybe to the boatyard. Probably to the boatyard, but we'll see. We'll see what we need when we get down. Just load this all up quickly. Doing this on a time lapse. And we'll see once it's done. Right, we got that done. We're off into town now and see where we're going to deliver these. Right, so we've decided we're going to put the bulk of it into the boatyard. I think I'll keep 2 and we'll go and buy the shingle factory and put the rest of the wood, the rest of the pallets into the shingle factory. Right, so we'll put the bulk of it in. We'll keep maybe two pallets out, 2,000 litres out, just to get the shingle factory going. The sideline production seemed to be pretty slow, so we don't need to keep huge stocks in them. We can just top them up as and when, every day or two. Right. So let's put in how many we need. So we need 9 of them, and we've got 14, so there will be luckily these are right. That's that. We can put these into the shingle factory. It's a barrel factory on the right hand side there. We'll have to buy that. Will be the next purchase after the shingles. I know we don't need them just yet, but we're going to need them for the next, I think for the next stage of the roller coaster. I think we might need some for the second stage of the boat as well. I'm not sure. But, okay, so let's get the sport. 127,000. So we should have enough to buy it. How much does it cost? 70,000. Yeah, we've got plenty. We'll have left over. Right, let's put these planks in here. Just down the side here, I think. Yeah, I've still got the icons on. Oh, planks is not as... must be long planks I need. Oh no. Don't have any long planks left up at the... we'll put it into the flooring company. It's not a total loss. But we're just going to be sitting with a empty production unit for the night. Not to worry, we can sort that out tomorrow. We don't, as I said, we don't need the shingle straight away, so it's not holding up any of the other productions. Right, I think that's pretty much where we're going to end this episode here. Just get that logging trailer back to the work area and call it a night. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Cheerio.